So this is for, I guess, all of you Rh negative out there. I had received an email a couple of years back, maybe it was a year or so ago, on my channel about Rh negative from this gentleman who was revealing a secret that I had no clue about being a woman. I'm just saying. So in his letter that he sent to me, he was telling me that one of the things that he studied, because that was one of the things that I did, is I put out surveys, or at that time too, there was a lot of surveys going around. So I was following what they were saying about the averages. So everything that I talk about Rh negative is not about every single one of you. So there is always outliers in every crowd of everything, but these are the kind of statistics that a lot of Rh negatives started to do research on each other. And this one guy who sent me, and if you listen to me, thank you so much. It was very eye-opening. It was very eye-opening, and I really appreciate that you would share so much. And this is worse because it embarrasses me to talk about it, so I'm making it worse. And I don't mean to. I'm sorry. He was talking about that when he did the survey, like what I'm saying, he found that most, or a great deal of Rh negative men didn't need to be circumcised. It was fully drawn up just like a perfectly circumcised little boy. And then he started to tell me, which was really interesting. Why did people start circumcising in the first place? Because we know that about history, don't we? Right? We know that there were some people that had elongated skulls, right? And we know that because the cranial stitches were in a different place than a normal birth, and they just were different. There was much more brain there, and their IQ would have been phenomenal compared to ours. And then we know that people still today in some like African countries bind their children's heads when they're really young, and it's malleable so that they get that bulbous look and elongated skull. It's happens throughout history, right? It's a cargo cult, right? To mimic those who are better than us, those who are gods, you know. Dr. Seuss really did a good one on that one, showing about the stars and how they would take it off and put it on. Everybody wanted to look the same, but then the people who were elite always wanted to look different, no matter what. They would wear rags if the other people were dressing up, or they would look, always wanted to look different. But if the gods or the original Israelites were Rh negative, and this seems to be a common theme, and if it's not, let me know in the comments if you're bold enough to put it in there. If it is, if you've heard this, I would tell you the personal things of my family to confirm this, which is a confirmation, but I'm not going to get into details as to who that family member is. But it is true in my family as well, and that person is O negative. So it was coincidental to the email that I got by the gentleman who was not being vulgar in any form whatsoever. It was just something that he found that this was consistent amongst the Rh negative young, maybe he had children, whatever. He came from a family of boys, and that was very common. So, if you're bold, leave a remark. But is there more things? I know there are more things. I'll talk about it later. There are some unique things about Rh negative. So, being a woman, I never knew that one. And let me know whether it's true. Talk to you later. Live in love with it.